the button on time to record the class. But at least we're not like halfway through class this time. So for those of you, if you're watching later, warm up a little bit before now. 2. All right, we're gonna add a little turn. Step forward, add that little turn. So you can go slower than I am, or you can keep the pace, whatever works best. 3, 2, I'm gonna turn so you can see backward step, open and close at the chest. Shoulders are staying over your hips. Your front knee is staying over your ankle. So that means your back heel stays up. All right, taking the arms overhead, up and down. Good, keeping the arms fairly straight, shoulders are relaxed, working through that shoulder range of motion. 2, all right, we're just gonna step touch, side, 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 together. Roll the shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, all right, bring it into the center. We're gonna push it back into that little half squat. We're going to duck walk, then go the other way. So little duck steps and switch. So about 4. So we're working on holding that little low squat. Doesn't have to be super deep. Waking up those hips. 1 more time each way. Last time. All right, we're gonna take it up for a jog. Option 1 is a jog. Option 2 is marching and adding a reach and pull. We're just starting to get our heart rate and our breathing up a little bit. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, jumping jacks, here we go. So low impact option 1, high impact option 2. Option 3 is do some lows, do some highs. Good, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, heel jog. Option 1, heel jog. Option 2, hamstring curls. Make the movement big. Because again, heart rate and breathing are going up. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, march it out. Grab a quick drink of water. Keep those feet moving. So we're gonna get started. We have 3 exercises, 45 seconds work, 10 seconds for a transition, and we're gonna repeat that twice before we move on to the next round. We usually take a break about every round, just enough to get some water. Do what you need to do, rest as you need to, all right? So we're gonna start out with a curtsy lunge and a kick. Curtsy lunge, kick. Curtsy, kick. All right, 45 seconds. Your time is on. Now a couple options. If your body doesn't like the curtsy, you can just do a reverse lunge instead. Make sense? Or if you want to make it a little harder, you curtsy and go right into that kick. Doesn't have to be a high kick. You can think about kicking something out of the way. You can tap in the middle. We're not going to use weights this round, but you have the option to add a weight next time. So I'm just going to turn. Little diagonal, little kick. So diagonal lunge, kick, or just do that reverse lunge and do a front kick. Shoulders stay over your hips. Weight is in your heel. You'll feel that glute. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do the other leg. And then we're going to grab weights for a straight arm press back. 3, 2, 1. Good. So curtsy and then a kick. Now you can do a straight leg kick, but I want you to think about a knee and an extend. So those of you that do cardio kickboxing on Wednesday or strong on Friday, this is a front kick, but we're kind of kicking it at a diagonal, working those hips a little. Again, it can be shallow and little. Doesn't have to be a huge lunge. So your body, your workout, you decide what's going to work for you. but nice and tall. We're working the glutes, outer thigh and hip, outer glutes. 5 seconds to go. We're gonna grab a light to medium weight. Good, light to medium weight if you have that option. Otherwise, grab what you got. Forward fold, arms are straight, pressing back and in. So you're kind of doing a little bit of a ski arm, like you're skiing. Now if you need to, you can alternate. But we're getting a little core. I'm not letting my body turn, and I'm not letting that arm swing way back. I'm reaching, like I'm reaching back towards the floor, squeezing my shoulder blades together. So kind of a small range of motion, but we're getting those lats, that muscle that's kind of underneath your armpits there, in the back. Neutral head position. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up. Going back to those curtsies and a kick. If you want to hold a weight, great. If you don't, let's go ahead and switch it to body weight. I'm going to keep my weights for convenience. So here we go. Curtsy and kick. Or reverse and kick. And it can be a reverse lunge and a heel forward if it has to be. So think about bowing to the queen. We've got our dress and we're gonna curtsy. Guys too, we're making you wear a dress today. Curtsy and kick. So getting the glute on the left side, quad on the right, and balance. So important. A lot of you guys know I'm training my mom now. She's loving the balance drills. 2 and 1. Good, shake it out. We're gonna do the other side. So 5 seconds. And if that means you gotta hold onto a chair to do this, do it. You can hold onto your chair, do your curtsy and your kick, or a table, or even have that wall next to you. I just know I have a few students in class today that normally do a chair class with me when I was doing it. So do what you can. Rest when you need to. If that means you do 5 and you rest and then you do 5 more, you're still working out. Good. 15 more seconds. Little curtsy, little kick. Or deep curtsy, high kick. Shoulders over hips, bellies in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Press backs. So, forward fold, tall posture, bellies in, back and down. Good. So we're keeping our shoulders away from our ears. We're trying to get the muscles right down in here. So you should feel a squeeze right under that shoulder blade. We keep our belly in so our back isn't arched, but we're also not arching the other way. So neutral spine. Good, less than 20 seconds. Alternate if you need to. I can tell the weather's getting nice, you guys. It's getting toasty up here. We're in the first round and I'm sweating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it up. Roll it out, shake it out. Grab a drink of water. And we're gonna move on to our next round. We have 4 exercises in this round because we have an alternating, a right, a left, and then an alternating. So we are going to do squats with a rotation, optional knee, bicep lat raise right, bicep lat raise left, and tricep kickbacks. So start this one with no weight. So we're gonna squat, we're gonna squat. We're gonna go down, up, rotate right, down, up, rotate left. This is the basic move. Option, down, rotate with the knee, down, rotate with the knee. All right, 45 seconds, your time is on. So that is your starter move. Down, up, rotate. It's not a big rotate. I'm just looking towards the corner, using my core. I'm not letting my knees and my hips wobble. Next option is to add this lovely, lovely little core rotation. Option 3, down, up, rotate this way. Down, up. This is a little harder. Don't force it. This is an option. So chest up and rotate. Always stick with this if you need to. Good. Grab a weight. Heavy weight in the right, light weight in the left. If you only have one size, pick your size. Bicep curl side raise. This is our option. We have 45 seconds. You can stand. You can sit. You can stand on a balance beam if you want a little extra. But nice and tall. I have a client that starts to look like this when she gets tired. Keep it up nice and tall. We're getting obliques at the same time that we're doing this. This is a lot of small muscles, so if you're getting tired, rest. Join in when you're ready. Those of you that did strength with me on Tuesday, we did a lot of arms. We did a lot of shoulders, so give those shoulders a break. Good, we're gonna switch. Other side. So now the other arm does the curl and the side raise. Do a couple to practice because you're probably gonna get a little bit of this going on. It happens, but your time is on. Nice, good curl. Out to the side, controlled. So especially if you've got light weights, it gets to be really easy to just let the arms fling out, right? Because it's light. But even if it's light, we want to control it. So imagine that light weight was attached to a rubber band, and we have to work a little harder to lift it, and then control it and slow it down so it doesn't smack into our leg when the rubber band comes back. Good, 5 seconds, and we're gonna do tricep kickbacks. Good, grab 2 weights, tricep kickbacks. Your choice. Again, forward fold, arms are up, back, and forwards. So I like the forward lean. If you're really upright, you'll need to kick your elbow back a little bit more, but just be careful because sometimes we wind up jacking up that shoulder. I like the forward fold, keeping my shoulders away from my ears. You can do split stance, may be more comfortable. If you start getting a little tired, but you want to keep going, right then left. Alternate sides. Good, less than 15 seconds to go. Getting down to about 10, and then we're gonna repeat all of those exercises. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up, shake it out. All right, we're gonna do a squat to a torso rotation. You decide, weights, no weights. All right, good, time is on. So down, up, and rotate. You can even hold it here. Down, lock it in, and rotate. You decide. So nice and tall, chest is lifted. I know I say that a lot, but we don't want to bend over, right? We want to sit in that chair very gracefully. No plopping. I get that a lot. No plopping. Down and up, oblique, rotation. Make it a little harder. Hold it out. But you got to control it. Down, up, turn. This is all actually abs with the arm movement. Last one. All right, bicep curl, lateral raise. So, anybody gonna do a single leg stance or a balance beam stance? Give it a shot, see how you feel. Adds a little extra challenge. If you notice you're doing balance beam and you're really super wobbly, check and see if you're swinging or letting those arms go really high. Control is the name of the game. Slow and steady. Remember, we're the tortoise, not the hare. If you want to be the hair, come to class on Wednesday. I'm going to do kickboxing. Good. 7 seconds. We're going to switch. 2 and 1. Good. Switch. If you're doing a balance beam, switch sides. So nice and tall. Here we go. Now remember, don't look, you might not be able to look at me. I can't look at myself on the screen when I do this, or I'll lose my balance. So I'm staring at the little red dot on my camera. That's what I gotta do. So shoulders away from the ears. As we bring the arm up for the bicep, don't let it come forward, because then you might accidentally smack yourself in the face. I did that a couple weeks ago, demonstrating what not to do. But we want to squeeze like we're squeezing a pencil right in the crook of that elbow. 5 more seconds. We got to do our tricep kickbacks. Good. Set it down. Weights for tricep kickbacks. So look at how you felt after the last session and the last round and decide same weights, lighter, or maybe even heavier. So elbows back and kicking back. Split stance may feel better. It's all about staying consistent and controlled. So if you start getting tired, like I'm a little tired today, alternate right, left. Get a nice good squeeze, reaching that arm back towards the wall behind you where the wall and the floor meet. Good. Got about 10 more seconds, and we're going to go to our next round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it up. Roll the shoulders. Grab a drink. All right, so keep those feet moving. Grab that drink. All right, 3 exercises this round. All right, so option 1, no weight for the arms. Option 2, light to medium weight for the arms. Option 3, no arms. So we're gonna do a side lunge. Weight comes to about your knee, then you step together and you drive that elbow back. Arm is parallel to the floor, so I'm not driving it down. I'm not doing a wipe the sweat, or this, right? Right here. So down, drive it back. 45 seconds, your time is on. So remember, you can absolutely do this with no weight. If this is a new exercise for you, or your arms are bugging you a little bit today, no weight. You can still get that good leg workout and get the feel for this muscle. Get the feel for the movement. So you're grabbing something and you're gonna put it behind you. But you wanna have that arm parallel to the floor as close as you can get. We're driving that elbow back. We're getting a little shoulder, but we're getting the back of the shoulder and the back, squeezing. You can go slow, deep side lunge and drive it back. Good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Our third exercise is going to be rows. So you can practice. Sit, drive it back. Your time is on. So this leg, you're stepping and you're sitting your backside into a chair and then coming back up again. So you step out into a single leg squat. Little bit of an inner thigh stretch. You can keep it a smaller movement if you need to. Doesn't have to be a big step. You can keep it shallow. But weight in the heels, you're sitting back. So if I turn, I sit into the chair, drive the elbow back. Down and up. Good job. 10 seconds to go. We're going to grab weights for rows. So medium to heavy. We're squeezing those shoulder blades, working on that posture. Rows. Rows, rows. I don't think I've had enough caffeine this morning, you guys. All right, forward fold. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, some of you may have a band. Option if you have a band. So keep going, you guys keep going. Option if you have a band. And I know it's hard to see because of the green screen, but you can just stretch the taffy. Use what you got. You can also have one foot in and row this way. So just an option for you. Otherwise, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. I want you to think about puffing out that chest when you do these. So we don't want to be hunkered over doing these. We're getting our biceps. We want to get our back. We want to squeeze. You've got an itch right in the middle of the back. Good. Set it down. Lateral lunge to a high row. Think about when you get that bite on the middle of your back from the state bird. Yeah, our lovely mosquitoes. Side, drive it back. Side. So, shallow is option one with no weights. Yes, yes. When I reach, I'm almost reaching like I want to put it on the floor right between my ankles. So reaching down and up. Your elbow can be a little bit low, and that's okay, but we want to make sure we're still staying parallel. So almost like you've got a brace or a cast on your elbow. Less than 10 seconds. We're going to switch sides. After this round, we're going to head to the floor. You don't have to if you don't want to. Good, switch. So little 10-second rest, or start now if you need that a little bit of extra. Got it, about 2 seconds. Side and drive. Squeeze the shoulders together. So after our rows, we go to the floor. Exercises can be done standing or having a chair nearby. So chest is up, away from the thigh, folding at the crease of your hips, not at the crease at the belly button. We all know we have one. It's right there, that little crease. We want to fold here. 10 more seconds. Push off with that foot. Get that glute going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it up. All right, rows. Oh, I was about to stop. No, we got rows yet. All right, forward fold. Nice, good squeeze. Now you can alternate right, left, yeah? Of course. Of course, of course. Now, holding it steady will get you anti-rotation and core stabilization. If you're okay with it and you don't have a bad case of osteoporosis, you can add a little rotation, but it is not just seesawing. It's a row and then a rotate. So imagine your backside is glued to the wall and you got to look at something behind you. But this is optional. You can hold it steady. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it up. Grab a drink. Walk it around. If you want to go to the floor, grab your mat, grab your gear. And actually, it's all body weight, so you don't need to grab any equipment today. If you want to stay up, you can stay standing, do the exercises standing. Couple of the exercises you may need a chair for, okay? So that's if you want to stay standing. Otherwise, we head down to the floor. Heart rate and breathing down a little bit first. If that means you miss the first round of exercises, that's fine. So we are going to do donkey kicks. So if you're standing, you're just going to do a little glute squeeze on one side, and then you're going to do a glute squeeze on the other. Okay? Then we're going to do fire hydrants. You're going to do a side leg lift on one side and a side leg lift on the other. Okay, so if you're standing, that's what you do. If you're going to the floor, option 1 is hands and knees, and you're just going to do a donkey kick. You can be on your elbows, but no matter what you do not do what I'm doing right now with my back. Okay, so it's not a rounding and an arching. If both of those are uncomfortable, you can just do this, laying on your tummy. Yes? We're gonna do one side at a time, 45 seconds. Your time is on. So you can even do this one straight leg if it feels better. So straight leg or bend the knee and push that heel towards the ceiling. So your belly button is in just like you have a water glass or a dinner plate on your back. So if you're staying standing today, you can do a donkey kick like this. Just keep your knee bent, hold on to a chair if you need to, or you can do a straight leg, but it's just our glute. It's a small movement. We're just squeezing our butt cheeks. So if you put your hand or your finger on your butt, you'll feel it get tighter. It may not seem like it, but there's muscle under there, I promise. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit back. You've got 10 seconds. Give your hands a little break if you need to. Get ready to do the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Donkey kick, other side. So bent knee or straight leg. You can be on your hands or your elbows, but whichever one you pick, you find that happy medium with your spine. So you don't have a huge curve in the low back, but it also doesn't disappear. So a little bit of a tight tummy, shoulders in your back pocket, neutral spine, so that means make friends with the scruffier carpet or the dust bunny on the floor. 15 seconds to go. If you're standing, take a look at where the wall and the ceiling, wall and the floor meet a little ahead of you, or a picture on the wall. 4, 3, 2, 1. You rest. Option 1, fire hydrants. Yes. Option 2, clamshells. You pick. All right, your time is on. If you're standing, you're just gonna do that lovely side leg lift. Lovely side leg lift. So if you're standing, holding on if you need to, leg out and in. You can even do a bent leg, a bent knee, and do the fire hydrants like we are. So we're just trying to get that outer glute. So we want to make sure that our leg isn't going straight back. We already did that one. And that it's not kicking out forwards, right out to the side. 10 more seconds, and we're going to switch and do the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit back, give your arms a little bit of a break, and we're going to do the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Out and in. So just nice, good leg lift to the side. And we want to think that, we've still got that dinner plate on our back. And if we lift and then we turn our hips, what's going to happen? It's going to slide right off and make a mess. I was watching a video. They did a boot camp, and they actually had their participants doing an exercise with a glass of water on their backs. It was just a fun little challenge to see if anybody could do it without spilling the water. And it was pretty hard to do. A lot of people had wet t-shirts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, short rest. We're going to do those exercises again. Decide if you want to keep doing them on hands and knees or if you need to switch. If you're struggling with the wrist thing, you can always do, side leg lifts. All right? So let's get ready for our donkey kicks. 3, 2, 1. Time is on. So again, just squeezing the glute, tight core, standing or in a kneeling position. Leg can be straight or you can have that bent knee. I like to think about pushing the bottom of my foot towards the ceiling. So if your wrists are starting to bug you, you can drop down to your elbows. Just watch your position. So your thigh isn't really going to go any higher than parallel to the floor, no matter what. I know some of you are crazy flexible, but we just want to think about those glute squeezes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit back, rest for a moment, give those wrists a break. Decide if you need to change your position. 3, 2, 1. So if your wrists are bugging you, lie on your tummy. That's okay too. Just pull that belly button in. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. So just feel your cheeks get a little tighter and then a little bit of relaxation. 15 seconds to go, and then we're gonna switch to either doing our fire hydrants or our clamshells or just our standing side leg lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake it out. So if you've got to do your clamshells, lie on your side, pick your position. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do clamshells for just a little bit. You can do side leg lifts, so this is an option as well. Whatever feels the best for you today. So 30 seconds to go. So if you're doing the clamshells, you want to imagine that you're leaning back against a wall. So when you come up, your backside isn't able to go back. So you don't want to feel like you're going to fall over backwards when you do these. So just a nice, good open and close. 5 seconds, and we're going to do the other side. Good. All right, switch to the other side. Little bit of a break. 2 and 1. Good. Bring it up and then down. So just feel that outer thigh, and that side glute is kind of what we're hoping for. So we want to try not to feel it in our hip flexors. We've already done a lot of stuff for the hips. We want to feel side glute, little bit of outer thigh. So think about leading with the side of your foot. 10 seconds to go. And then we're going to switch to our last 3 exercises. And I'll demonstrate what to do if you're standing. Good. All right. Go ahead and sit up, grab a drink if you need it, but you don't want to go from lying on your back to standing. I crawl over to the table. That's what I do. Just get on my knees. All right, so last round, we have a V crunch with a toe touch, a glute bridge right, and a glute bridge left. All right, so if you are standing, this is where you need a chair. So, imagine I'm sitting in a chair. I know, this is fun. You're gonna do a V-sit. So if I'm sitting in a chair, you're gonna lean back and reach. Lean back and reach. And this is kind of what we're doing here too. We're gonna crunch and reach. Crunch and reach, yes? So sitting, you'll be sitting towards the front of the chair. You'll lean back towards the back of the chair. And when you sit up, you straighten your leg like you're going to touch your toe. Alternate. Single leg glute bridges. If you are standing, you're going to do kind of a single leg squat. So you get one side, and then you'll switch. Both feet can be flat, and you sit and you stand up. And you don't have to go to the chair, but you can have it behind you for support. Okay? So heading down to the floor. We're gonna start with our V crunch with our toe touch. So option 1, back, reach, back, reach. 45 seconds, your time is on. Now, if you want to, you are welcome to just do this. You can just do your crunches. Or you can add in, you crunch, and you work that quad by reaching for your toe. So keep going. Next option is you can crunch and take your foot up and then back down again. So this is another option if this feels better for you, if it's more supportive than doing a V-sit. All right. So you pick. You've got 10 more seconds, and then we're going to do a glute bridge, trying to do the glute bridge with just the right leg. Good. All right, all the way down onto your backs. We're gonna try to do a glute bridge with just one leg. I like to pull in on this leg. You can cross it over, you can have it up, what have you. Lift and lower. If you are really struggling with a single leg glute bridge, it's okay. Just do both and then rest, okay? Or do a bridge and try to add in a march. So do what feels good. If you can do a single leg glute bridge, go ahead. I have somebody that, and one of my clients, she's just not ready for this yet. So we just keep doing a glute bridge in a different way. If you are standing, you're just gonna do your lovely little single leg squat. So both feet can be flat on the floor for this. You just have more emphasis on the leg that's in back. Good, we're gonna switch and we're gonna do the other leg. If you're doing a glute bridge with both legs, keep doing that or pick a different bridge to try. So your time is on. So if you were doing a glute bridge with both feet and going up and down, try taking it up and holding it this time for a count of 5 or 10, resting and then doing that again. So keep doing a glute bridge as long as it feels okay. Just try something different. Or do your lovely single leg glute bridges. You have about 20 seconds to go. And then we're going to go back to our V-sit with our extensions. Good, 10 more seconds. And then we're gonna do round 2. And if you're doing the single leg glute bridges, I kind of want you to notice if one side feels stronger than the other. Good. All right, we're gonna go back to our crunches with our toe reach, and that can be on the floor or it can be the V-sit. Your time is on. So it's just a little crunch and then a little extension of the leg. If you're sitting, you lean back, you sit tall, and then you reach for the toe. Even in a chair, you just do your chair crunch, lean back, and then reach for that toe. Doesn't matter if you actually touch it. You just want to think a nice good squeeze of the quad. All right, so we're straightening that knee. 10 more seconds, and we're gonna go for our last set of glute bridges. Ooh, this class is going a little long today, so I apologize. If you need to leave, good, let's take it down for our glute bridge. If you need to leave, I want you to start stretching now and getting your heart rate and breathing down, okay? Otherwise, if you don't mind, we'll just go a little bit long today and we'll just do a good stretch. So lift and lower. Whenever I write a new choreography, I'm never quite sure. I think it's because we've got 2 rounds that have 4 exercises instead of 3. But that's not a bad thing, right? Good, so nice good glute bridges or nice good single leg squats. We're just trying, if we can, to focus on one glute. One glute. So keep going. 8 more seconds. So if you're doing the standing, you're just doing your lovely little sit. Yes? Yeah. Good. All right, shake it out. We're gonna switch and we're gonna do the other side. This is your last exercise. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sitting back and up. And again, I know if you've got to leave right on time today, go ahead and start stretching now. Most of you know our stretching routine. You know, stretch your hips, stretch your chest, reach for your toes. Just try to get that heart rate and breathing down before you gotta head out. Good, 15 seconds to go. All right, good. Shake it out. Grab a drink if you would like, or just hang out. We're gonna stay down on the floor for our stretching for a bit. Sorry guys if you heard that and it was too loud. Had my timer right next to the microphone. All right, so on your backs, Knees bent, feet flat. Now, if you're sitting in a chair, you can kind of do the same thing, but we're just gonna rock our hips side to side. And as you rock the hips or the knees to the right, your left hand turns palm down. And then it turns palm up when the knees come to the center. And when the knees go to the left, the right hand turns palm down. So nice and slow. If you're sitting, it's kind of the same thing. Arms are out and open, and you just take the knees to the side, and then you rotate, okay? So a lot of the stretching we do, it's similar, it's just a little different because you're sitting instead of lying down. Good, couple more. 2 and 1. Good, we're gonna bring it to the center. Right leg is straight. We're gonna pull the left knee in towards the chest, and we're gonna gently bend and straighten that knee. So our goal isn't to get it perfectly straight. Our goal is just to get a little stretch of the hamstring in the back. Not pain, just go until you feel that little tug. Good, let's keep the knee a little soft, circle that ankle. Other direction. Good, if you're on the floor, you're gonna take that knee and you're going to bring it across the body for a little stretch. If you're sitting, you're gonna squeeze your thighs together and you're just gonna do a little torso turn. So we're not gonna go back and forth with a lot of movement, we're just doing a little stretch. Good, let's bring it to the center. Let's take the other leg straight, pull that leg in, and again, just gently bend and straighten. So if you're not able to reach your thigh to hold on to it, it's okay. Just try to have your hip and your knee pointing towards the ceiling. Straighten until you feel a little stretch, and then bend. Last time. Good, let's keep a little soft bend in the knee. We're gonna circle our ankle. And other direction. Good, and we're gonna bring it across the body. Try to keep the opposite shoulder on the ground if you can. Palm is up. We're just getting a little torso stretch, little hip stretch. And if you're sitting in a chair, again, squeeze the inner thighs together and then just do a gentle torso turn to the side. Good. All right, we're gonna roll all the way to one side and we're gonna roll ourselves up to a seated position. And we're all gonna have our lovely, sexy after workout hair. We're just gonna take our feet together. Start with your feet out and then you can start to pull in. If you're sitting in a chair, you're just gonna take your legs wide and just press those knees out gently to feel a little inner thigh stretch. So you just take your feet wide into a V position. Otherwise, we just do a nice, good stretch. So inner thighs. All right, so we're going to come to a half kneeling position. So option 1 is you come to a half kneeling like this. Option 2, take a minute, come to a standing position and do a tuck. If you're sitting in a chair, you're gonna turn sideways in your chair and you're gonna look like this. The back of the chair is gonna be back here. Nice and tall, tuck your pelvis, push the hip forward gently till you feel a stretch right in the front of the hip. And then you have the option to add a little side bend as well. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, we're gonna do the other side. So turn, shift, whatever works best. Don't fall over. Nice and tall, knee over your ankle, but we want to tuck that pelvis and then a gentle push forward. So we're feeling the stretch in the hip. We're not feeling a lot of pressure in that low back. Option to add that little side bend. So we're getting a stretch on the side around the pelvis as well. So a 2 for 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to carefully come up to a standing position or stay sitting if you are already in the chair. Chest stretch, reaching back, keeping the ribs tucked. We don't want to arch. Tuck it in. Squeeze those glutes. We're going to open and close our fingers. Nice, good stretch. Good. And we're going to bring the arms, palms down. We're going to drop the shoulders down and back. Belly stays in, holding a ball behind you. So we're stretching the chest, stretching our biceps. Now we're going to add a very gentle side to side head movement. And 2 and 1. Good. Bring it up. All right. Big breath in. Here we go. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. All right, everybody. You are all done. Woohoo!